All right, hey guys, Jason here. We are back out here and we have a new tool from Seesii. As you can see here, we got it right here, nice case, and you can see I got quite a bit of their stuff already. We've been using the crap out of their chainsaw. We have the impact gun, we got the angle grinder, we got some pretty good stuff. All of them run on the same battery. So here in my truck where I keep all these tools, you can see we got, look at all this stuff. Okay, it's so nice to have all this, I mean, pure, so much power, so much capability with these things. Well, they sent me a new tool right here. And I'm pretty excited about it. Actually, I asked them for this because I saw it on their website, and they came out with a welder, and they actually were asking me if I wanted to check out that new welder they're bringing out. I said I don't know anything about the welding and any of that kind of stuff, so I wouldn't be able to do too much with that, but I was looking on their website, and I saw this, and I said, oh, I want that bad. So what do we have here? Let's look at this. Yes, it is a battery-powered jack. It is a battery-powered jack to lift your car. Do you believe that? And we have a remote control for it right here too. How crazy is that? So we're gonna take this thing and take a look at it. So we got gloves that come with it, nice. We got a battery charger comes with it, nice, just like the other ones. It runs on all the same batteries as every one of these other tools run on, so that is very nice. You can charge it either through this or on my actual dedicated charger. Very good. We got an Allen wrench for something. Don't know what that's for. And then we have the actual jack right here. Let's pull this dude out, slide that way. There it is. Very lightweight. It is aluminum base right here on this thing. 5-ton lifting capacity of this. 5 tons. Here's the specs on this thing right here, okay? So we are talking 5-ton load capacity. Height goes from 6.1 inches to 17.7 inches. And weight of this thing is 10 pounds. That's the whole entire kit with everything is 10 and a half pounds. So there it is for you right there. Sweet, simple, and easy. But this thing is pretty sweet. Now, not only do we got a light, okay, right here, when we turn this on, power it on. Oh, I gotta put the battery on. And we get a battery cover right here like this. Yes, we are gonna test this out. We're gonna lift both of these trucks with it and see how it does. And I have not done it yet, but we dropped the battery on. There's a battery on there. We got our battery gauge so we can see how much battery life we have. Perfect. And we got the light right here. So you can see it at night. You can see where you're actually jacking this up at. That's very nice. We got an up and a down button and a power button. Now also, this actually screws out quite a bit. So like I said, you go to 17.7 inches of lift height. I'm curious if this is a self-stopper. It should be for safety purposes. It should stop on its own. And it does right there. So it locks on itself out right there. Can't go. And then you hit the up button. Hit it again to stop, or you can go down. Or you can use your fancy remote control and do the same thing. What's nice about that remote is that you do not, and it's got a nice guard on it. Look at that, guard on it over the buttons. That's pretty sweet. But what's nice is with this, you don't have to actually be under there in case something happens trying to work buttons. You have a remote to do it safely. This is a pretty sweet thing. What I like about this is the fact that this could be like a little game changer in the fact that I have already helped 2 people change flat tires since I've got the Seesii impact gun. Since I carry it right there in the back of my Jeep in a bin. It's so quick and easy to do. I have these torque thingamajobbers right here. I'll grab one, but I got a bunch of these torque, so they're torque rated. See, this one's the heavy one at 140 foot-pounds of torque, but I got a bunch of these in here. We got all this gear that just sits in that tub, and kind of nice to help people, but this could be a pretty sweet little unit right here to make life a lot easier helping people out. So we're gonna set this up and see what it can do, but got its own little carry handle. It is light, it is capable. I'm excited to see what this thing can do. And it goes up quite a long way, 17 inches. We got 3 different levels in there. We're gonna run this thing. Let's see what it does. Be right back with you. All right, now we're sticking this in here under the Colorado, so you can see right here. So we're putting it in there. First thing we want to do is just kind of turn this up as high as we can get it. So we're using that weight. We can get it right there into that fit. So there it is. It's sitting right in there. Now we are not 100% level on this ground. Okay, we got a little tip forward. It is what it is. And the thing you need to remember, always remember, is that before you jack a vehicle up, you want to actually get in there, hit the parking brake, lock the vehicle in place, make sure it's safe. You could chuck wheels if you want to. It's important, but we're not taking the wheel off. All we're going to do is go up and get it to a point where we're going to come off the ground. I'd rather lift a wheel if I could, buy a control arm or something that is going to get you up there where you don't have to keep pushing the frame so high to get the wheel up, because you got the control arm and the suspension is going to droop down as the frame goes up. But I'm curious to see what this will do. So we have it set right there. I'm going to put you on it. Let me open this little bitty tripod thing here just because it's easier. There we go. So here it is right here. We got it set. And what we are going to do is we are going to use our little remote. Open the remote. Let's hit up. Looky there. Look at how cool that is. That is so easy. I'm not breaking a sweat at all. I mean, I'm barely working here. I'm barely doing anything. This is nice and easy. This is how it should be. And show you in a minute, we're already there. We're off the ground already. Okay, so there it is. That's how easy that little system is. I'm gonna back out of here. But with this remote, the ability, the knees on this stuff is not comfortable. But with the remote, the ability to be back here and hit it, okay, and make this thing work is so nice. Look at, we're completely off the ground already. Let me pop you out of there. See, we're completely up off the ground, not touching. That was super butter easy. Nothing to it. Just took a second or two. Again, I highly recommend having jack plates, especially for four-wheel drive vehicles. Again, you'll have to see if it'll lift yours. It's 17 inches, 17 and a half inches. That jack plate's always with me in my truck because I have lifted vehicles that are lifted on 35s and things like that. So, and I'm often in unstable ground like we are here, or in the sand. I need a jack plate, so I make my own like that. That's just 2x10s or 2x8s. I don't remember what it is. Looks like a 2x8s, but I make those jack plates. It's two 2x4s and two 2x8s cut together like that and just screwed together. Have been carrying that now for about 10 years. Just works good. But look at this thing, like a champ, and we are 100% off the ground completely, as you can see. So, I mean, it was no problem whatsoever. Easy, there it is, and then we could swap that tire out, and there's no reason to go any higher. It's all you want. Want to go down? Go down. Here we go. Going down. This is so nice. Imagine if you were rotating tires, how little work you have to do with this. Use this, jack it up, throw a jack stand in there. Move this to the other side, jack it up, put a jack stand under there. But no huffing and puffing and fighting with a floor jack or a bottle jack or anything like that. Just look at how nice and easy that is. No work involved whatsoever. Once it gets all the way down, you'll hear it. There it is. Hit the button. Done. That's it. That's all there is to it. Let's see how it'll do on this big beast right here. Back with you in a few. All right, for this one, we got her tucked up in there. Hold on, I'll get under here and show you. So you can see what we got going on there. Right there like that. Let's see what she does. I'm not crawling under the truck as we do this, so we got that remote, which is right here. Nice, so we can stay out of here. Let's see what happens here. And it's holding. I want to look. Take a quick peek and see how we're sitting. All right, that'll work. And let's bring it up. See if it's going to lift this big dog. Here we go. Ready? And there it is. Cakewalk easy. Look at this. Hang on, let me grab you. And look at. Wheel completely off the ground. Look at that. We'll go up a little more. Nothing to it. Even with this big beast of a HD truck. Let's bring it back down. Look at how easy this is. I mean, can it really get any easier than that? And that's it. That's all we got to it. Perfect. Right back with you. Let me pull it out of there. All right, so there we go. There it is right there. We just pulled it out of there. It is that simple. And then just screw this back down. And but let's see here. Let's just raise it all the way up. See how high this thing goes to put it into perspective. So we're going to let it go, and then we're going to pop away and talk about it. Well, we see, and we'll also see how long it takes to run the whole thing up. So there it is like that. Let's hit up. And we'll let it do its thing for a second. But while we do that, let's talk for a minute about the advantages of this. Like I said, if you're somebody who rotates your own, or you want to rotate your own tires, if you're paying 25 or 30 bucks each time to go get your tires rotated, if you have that Seesii impact gun, and you have the Seesii impact gun in its jack and 2 jack stands, how quick is it to throw that under there, hit the remote, once it lifts it up, throw a jack stand under there, pop the jack down, walk it over, put it on the other opposite corner, jack it up, put a jack stand under there, zip, 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 zip with your impact, zip, zip, zip. You could literally do your own tire rotations in probably 15 minutes, rotate all your tires in your driveway and save that money. And the cost of this thing is so minimal, that jack is so affordable. I mean, that's incredible. But for me, hang on, are we hearing it max out? Oh, no, yeah, we are maxed out. There it is. That's how high that thing goes right there. So that is very impressive. That's pretty dang high. Even on this big truck, but even on this Colorado, you know, even if you're not using a jack plate, look at that. That's pretty dang high when you consider all the frames and everything under there. So that's going to cover a lot. That's going to do quite a bit for you. This is pretty impressive, but I do recommend a jack plate. I'm sorry about people that go buy them and stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that, because you can go spend $80 or $100 on a plastic block like this that's a jack plate, or you could literally go there and get it. You don't even have to buy these. If you go to Home Depot or you go to Lowe's and you ask them for the scrap, if they got any scrap pieces, usually they have these, because people buy them and have them cut right at the store for different sizes of pieces that they need, and they don't take that scrap. You can get these scrap pieces, but I mean, this is a 2x8 and it's probably 12 inches long, 2x8 and 2 2x4s screwed in together in there, and I just screwed them together. That's it. Been carrying this thing forever. Jack block this side down, or just because that's the side that I want down. Here's that, and but it's a lifesaver when you're in the swamps or on soft ground. It gives you a good surface to actually be able to lift and raise a jack off of, but it also gets you higher up for these bigger trucks. You know, if you're going to use this standard scissor jack that comes with any of these things, and you're going to max that thing all the way out so it's all the way up on this angle, that's a very dangerous position. Same with this jack. Being in this position, you're more dangerous, more unstable. But if we could get this and take this much out of that height and lower it down that much that we see on this block, and lower it down that much, that's huge. So that's a big factor. But that went up and down pretty quick. We're going to let it go down. But it works really good, works really well. It's a beautiful little system. I'm glad to have it. It's going to come in handy, especially I plug my tires, okay? If I get a flat, I plug them. That's what I do. I have tire plug kits, all that kind of stuff. But like I said a couple times now, since I have these tools, you see somebody on the side of the road, or you see somebody at a gas station trying to change a tire. Both times were women. Both times Tina was with me, and I'm like, hey, we got to stop and help them, you know, and she was all for it. So it's nice to be able to do that for people, and having this jack in my truck means that I can be more of a good Samaritan and help people, and it doesn't require me to do a lot of work. I don't have to ask them where their jack is. We don't have to fight to get their jack system out and do all this kind of crap unless it's a truck and we got to lower the spare. But for the most part, with this system, quick and easy, man. I can slide that right under the car, boom, jacked up, use my impact gun from Seesii, whip the lug nuts off, put the spare on, I can have them done in 5 minutes. And it's worth it to help these people with that. Look at this, it's already all the way done. We're already done. Okay, that's it. And then we just screw this back down. But like I said, what a brilliant system. And the fact that these batteries, and after all that, where are we at? We are still full charge. 100% full charge. And it says, I think you can lift this a whole bunch of times. I don't remember how many. It said in here somewhere, it said on the box, but it was a ton of times. This thing the battery just doesn't drain out on this thing. I don't remember where it is, but it just runs like crazy. It's not going to be a problem for you. That's why they only give you one battery. You don't need much more. Where the tools you get 2 batteries. But see, I can take the same tool, stick it right here, and pop it on here, and run my impact guns, do whatever I want to do with it. And I can run my angle grinder, I can run my chainsaw. Like I said, the same batteries run everything. So it's a brilliant system from Seesii. I love their tools, I love their setup, and like I said, I keep it all right here in a dedicated bin. You can see, look at all the extra batteries and everything I have in here. It's just a dedicated bin, even safety glasses for the chainsaw, extra cutoff wheels for the angle grinder. Everything just rides right in this bin in the back of my truck with all these tools in them, so when I need them, they're there. Same with this one. I will not use this case. Okay, this case is nice, but I'm not gonna use it. we're gonna take this right here, and then I'm going to figure out how to mount this remote on here so that we don't lose it, or I'm gonna put that remote somewhere. I might Velcro that remote and stick it somewhere like this so that it stays right on there. I don't know, we'll figure that out. But we are going to set this system up and have it in the truck all the time. So questions, comments, anything you got, links will be down below for all this stuff. But you know, an electric car jack, an electric car jack, how nice is that? And one that's so screaming fast. Love it. Questions, comments, put them below. Thanks for watching.